Here it comes. 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 Oh, I can't wait to see that. Come on. Stay low. Grind down. Grind straight. Grind straight. Small step. Grind straight.
Way.
Come on. Dig in.
Come on.
All the way. Easy day.
Oh!
I'm currently walking around 238, so I'm a bit heavier. I am worse at deadlifting the heavier that I am, which is kind of funny. But I think I'm just going to walk through, a couple things that I know about big pulls at lower body weights and things like that, and see if I can be helpful at all in that scenario. You're not going to leave it all the way out here and bend over and try to pick it up like that, right? That is inefficient, right? It is much easier to hold a plate right here than it is to hold it out here, right? We want to be efficient levers. Your back, your hips are a singular movement. When you initiate that pull, my hips don't move at all, right? That's just a brace. When I get my hip set, that bar comes off the ground, right? And I can hold this forever. The same thing applies with the sumo pull, right? Now, I have very flexible hips, very long arms, right? I sumo pull out here, right? So when you're coming here, right, there is no hip, quad, knee, calf, anything. That's just your brace, right? This right here is an incredibly useful movement to practice because it requires very little input from your actual strength and technique. Right, you're here. Right now, with a really heavy weight, this is going to be lower, and the bar is going to bend, and that's how you pull your slack. Right? Same thing with conventional. You're coming here. That bar is going to float as you get your brace. You should not be able to get down to the bar and be tight and have the bar be on the ground. Or have that bar not have any flex in it at all. Right? A deadlift bar is really bouncy. Right? It is going to flex in your hands. A stiff bar is not going to flex as much. It's still going to flex a little bit, and you'll hear it. That right there is just the bar coming tight with the plates. You should hear that first with a stiff bar, and then it'll float. Right? So that is the number one big thing is good positioning. If you don't have good positioning, you don't have a good deadlift. Right? If you come here and you're not tight, you end up with this. Right? Your shoulders are up in your ears, your upper back is rounded like this. Right? Your low back or whatever might be flat, straight, which is the only thing that most people focus on because they don't want to get hurt. And that ultimately is a good thing. It's coming here. Right, so before I pull, regardless of if it's sumo or conventional, I will do that movement up to 3 plates over and over and over again. Right, when you're thinking about this deadlift jack, right, this lever is really short, this one is really long, because that's how you create leverage. You wouldn't flip this the other way and try to fit the bar like this and push down on this side. Right? You want that bar as close to the lever arm as possible. What's that phrase? If you give me a lever long enough, I can move the world. Right?
Yep.
That's this. This is your long lever. This is your short one. Right? So when you're coming in here, get in, get set. Right? That's not a deadlift. That's just your brace getting in there, tucking your shoulders, bracing down, and extending with this as a singular movement. My hips, my knees, none of that moved, and that bar was a couple inches off the ground. Right? No problem.
just got weird.
What do you mean?
Hey, big guys take a shirt off too.
All right, welcome to my OnlyFans Strong Personalities. All the meats, all the sweats.
All the meat sweats.
All the meat sweats.
Meat sweats.
I feel like strongmen are the kids that were usually in the back giving the teacher shit.
Oh, 100%. Yes.
So log is my favorite overhead press.
Freaking high school.
And then, I mean, I hate the axle right now because it hurt myself. Pretty much everything else, you can press anything in strongman whenever it comes down to it. They have yoke presses, sandbag presses, keg presses. You name it, you can press it actually. You can press a frame.
Elephant bar? Jesus.
You can
But my personal favorite is a log. This is actually the first log I ever purchased, and I sold it to him before we ever even really knew each other. So similar to the deadlift, you want the handles as close to your body as possible. So whenever you do it, you want to rotate the handles out and away from you. You don't want them flat like this, because that adds distance between you and the apparatus. So you want to rotate them forward. Okay, I see a lot of people stand up and they immediately go into that. You want to stand all the way up with a log. And then you want to go down into it. Because my stomach gets in the way if I were to just stand up with it right here and go there, it's already falling off. So stand all the way up with it and then down. Okay, and then you roll the log into your back. Because it should be here whenever you finish. As you roll. A lot of people like to go from here and sling it, right? That's, no offense, it's CrossFit. It's CrossFit, only lifting. They go from the hips down. We row it in, we stand up with it, and rotate our elbows forward.
It's not that feeling.
I mean, log is fairly simple whenever it comes down to it. There's not much. You can chalk, you can baby powder. I don't recommend baby powder, and usually it's a lot lower than this, usually from the floor with bumpers. I guess we're back.
I'm bending over the bitch.
Yeah.
I got a can of air in the truck.
To his credit, I also ran out of breath just talking.
That's staying in.
So, one of the things I see the most is whenever people are in the rack position. Okay, their elbows are low, they're tucked in here, and they're squeezing their upper back. You want to have your elbows up, head back a little bit, okay? And you don't want to be leaning like this. I see a lot of people doing it, and a lot of people, it causes you, if you're leaning back, where are you going to go? Your knees are going forward and you have no power, right? So, whenever you're here in the rack position, right, think of it like a front squat. Instead of doing that, you push your knees apart, float. Okay? So, most people, if you can see from the side, right, they do that. They lean back and they're looking straight up. I like to look at the top of the log, whenever it's on my chest too, right there at the top of the log. Because if you look up, you're going to want to lean back. And think of it like a front squat, right? So you're not here, you want to be here with your butt back, pushing your knees apart. Okay. But anyway, from there, right? So, you're in the position, your feet are wide enough, you're looking at the top of the log, you want to dip, knees apart, drive up, push it through. A lot of people can push jump, where they do this, right? You can also split jerk. I cannot teach you how to split jerk to save my life.
I'll show you.
Cue Yoni.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. You can strict press. You can lean back when you strict press. It's the difference between a strict. It's no leg drive. I've seen a lot of people do it. We've all seen Eddie Hall overhead press that axle, where he leans back and he goes straight to there. Iron Baby, that's all he freaking does. The man has no leg drive whatsoever. Yeah, and he doesn't lock out. Bogus world record. 2 bogus world records. And he had 4 attempts instead of 3 like everyone else. Anyway, any questions on the log?
I feel like nobody liked it.
I'm super.
So when it comes to the log, Is there different approaches for a max effort, one-time lift versus multiple reps? Like, is there anything that you recommend mobility-wise for people to work on if they're struggling with the log? What?
Core work. A lot of people don't know it, but your core plays such a huge part in everything you do. I struggled with it for a long time, so I did some log overhead walks. I still do log overloads, so I'll stand up in the rack with 500 pounds on it, and I'll just stand there and hold and breathe. One of my biggest things is not being able to breathe. Remember, that much weight's on my chest. You know, my ultimate goal is to press over 5 on the log. I'm already at 440.
All right, nice flex, but okay.
I had to plug. That is one of my lifelong goals, is to go over 450. I don't even want to compete worlds. I haven't told many people this. Meg knows. I would rather compete at the World Log Lift Championships than compete at World Strongest Man.
Really?
That's the ultimate dream for me.
Okay.
Ever since I started, this is the first implement I ever touched. I lied, sorry, the yoke. Crushed my soul the first time I touched it. I pick it up, and it's only 500 pounds. Now, 1,100 pounds, it feels like that, but I mean, it crushed me. I go one step and I was done. It's like, fuck this, I'm done.
You mentioned breathing as well. Like, where do people need to be like exhaling, bracing, and so on?
So it is extremely hard to breathe with it on your chest.
Mm-hmm.
So I breathe before I clean, and then I press. I don't breathe from the second I start to clean to the second I press, unless it's a max effort.
If you're doing reps, you breathe top.
Yes, I breathe at the top after a lockout.
Okay.
If it's a clean and press each rep, I learn to pace. So if I clean, I'll press down, I'll take a step back, step forward, go again. Step back, step forward, go again. But yeah, overload holds are definitely one of the things that's helped me the most. It also helps you stabilize the core to be able to handle that kind of weight. I'll even add bands for overload work. Even if it's just a really heavy band to hold.
You mentioned lockout being an issue for a lot of athletes. Is that like a problem that you see consistently throughout competitions? Yeah. Okay.
That is why, so I base my competitions that I host off of what I see people need to work on. So a lot of people have problems with their triceps, so I added that wheelbarrow bench press into my competition.
You're wrong.
And, you know,
That's evil.
I just
love
noticed
it.
I think about the future.
So if he ever likes any of your lifting videos, just know.
You'll never do it. He's calm.
Without a belt and with the belt?
So I don't wear a belt with any of my presses. I wear a soft belt just to keep my back warm, because I've had low back issues and I just dropped a log on it the other day. Yeah, it feels scary. But I'll do like sandbag core holds, so I'll lay on my back and roll a 300-pound sandbag on my stomach, and I'll sit there and I'll breathe.
Good for you. That's awesome. I would not do that.
It's just a 50-pound bag, that's gonna save you. Just have them sit on your stomach.
Or if you're married, then
Yeah,
Finish the statement.
no, whatever works. Finish it.
She works on her breathing.
That was awesome. Oh man.
So
Get
yeah.
her inside, you're fine.
I definitely base my comps around stuff that I see people need to work on. You know, a lot of people have issues stabilizing, and you can usually tell when someone's going to get a lift immediately and when they're not. From the get-go, usually from the clean, you can tell if someone's going to get it or not. Sometimes people surprise you, but most of the times they don't. I don't mean that in any particular way or pointed at anyone, but you can usually tell just by how stable they are whenever they stand there, if they're going to get it. I was the only one at the Mid-Atlantic qualifier that didn't wear a belt. I only wore wrist wraps. Granted, I got hurt on the first event. But not due to having that, because I can't get in a good rack position if I have elbow sleeves on. Because I can't even get that close. But I also have a wrist flexibility about that. But I don't wear belts unless it's just a warm belt occasionally. Now, max effort log, I will wear a Cerberus soft belt. You read that earlier. It's not a leather belt, it's just a simple Velcro soft belt.
Yeah.
Until Revis finally makes theirs, or gets them for Paxton. Your belts that you're finally going to get.
Soft belts?
Yes.
We just got one samples.
Oh, that's cool.
Is he a strongman?
Only been saying I need one for 6 months.
Yeah, you had it in your side.
Yeah, okay.
Big people problems.
Need product testers? I got you.
Wrist straps, I recommend. It helps stabilize the wrist. You can wear knee sleeves. I don't wear knee sleeves either.
What about for the athletes that don't maybe have a log? What's the best thing that they can do to replicate that?
Multi-grip bar. It's, 3 grips. At least you
Oh,
can grab
okay.
out there. At least it's a good neutral position. Because a barbell does not translate well.
Yeah, Rhino.
Okay, so one thing I did learn from the get-go, I have a bad habit of just picking it up just high enough to where I can just get under it instead of picking it all the way
Stand it
up.
all the way up and you'll
Yeah.
notice the difference. So do it your way first.
Shit.
So look, you see how, and now, set it down. Stand all the way up and then do it. You'll seat it further onto your legs.
Yep.
Once you sit.
Like it fits into
So
that
go ahead and
crease.
sit down now. Yes.
It's just slippery.
So row it into your back really tight. Now stand up with it and roll.
No, that's a big difference because it feels so much.
Yeah, and then lock, look at the top of the log, spread the feet. Put
Bye,
the butt
guys.
back.
Thanks for
There you
coming.
go. Yeah, and that was a great.
That was so fucking fast.
It really was.
You missed the split.
So once I start getting to the heavier weights, I forget to split and then I just try to fucking press it like an idiot.
Why do you forget?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking you for.
I can't tell you why you do something.
I feel like
Are you trying to rush it?
I think I'm either rushing the dip or
So you need to get comfortable under the weight then.
yeah, because
Start doing the holds.
coming from the Oli lifting side, I'm so like much more comfortable like knowing that all the weight is driving that weight up versus this where it's out here. So
That's
they
why it drifts back so quick.
Yeah.
So no, okay.
wait, mine was drifting back.
It drifts back really fast, but it's good.
Okay.
It goes right back over your head. It doesn't go any further back.
Okay, cool.
So you're loaded right over here perfectly. I just noticed it's very abrupt. Very, very efficient.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
So for me, it's just work on that dip, like that dip
yeah,
that you were
so
talking about.
start putting it in a rack, overload the weight. So what's your max?
305.
So go like 325, stand up with it,
Uh huh.
and then just brace and just kind of hold. And just focus on settling the weight before you start your press.
And then
And think about it. Every time you do a log clean and press, think about what you're going to do before you do it.
okay.
Go through that checklist. Just like powerlifting, like if I'm going to set up for a bench press, I know I'm going to do this. That.
Minimum routine, I tell
Squeeze my back
everybody-
together. I'm going to put my hands in the same spot. I'm just going to
Yeah.
go through the same steps over and over.
Then in the front rack position, are the elbows going to be? Because you said don't squeeze them in.
It's fine to squeeze them in, but don't let them tuck. You want them up.
Keep 'em up.
Just
Okay.
like in a rack position, right?
Because I feel like that's what happens when I try to squeeze in the elbows, like I always hear. That's where I feel like I'm losing some of that rack position where it starts shifting forward.
So with you pushing butt back, it's not gonna roll forward.
So I
So if you
fixed
do
that
that,
by
you're
my
gonna
butt.
do that, right?
Yeah.
But if your butt's back and your head's up, every time.
Okay. Gnarly. I'll catch up.
Yeah.
Are you doing it?
Like you can even look.
Don't fall.
Yeah.
Bro.
I usually lift the lifters. So long, tricep. Yeah.
So you start with
So
soft
see-
knees.
What do I do?
You're starting like this.
Okay.
Already start with your ass tucked
Yeah.
up under you, right?
Yeah.
So what you want to do is you want to lock your bellies out.
I probably, yeah.
So I have the tendency to hyperextend even when
Okay.
I walk. So I'm hyperextended right now. That was one of my big problems with OSG was whenever I walk. The yoke, I hyperextended each time I took a step.
Big.
So you're starting the opposite with your butt tucked under you. So you're squeezing it. Yeah. So you want to be a little bit more relaxed.
Okay.
Because if you're squeezing your ass, how you gonna? You're real tight. It's hard to mechanically move right. So here, and then you want to squeeze it.
God, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's why I like that so much better. A lot of my friends too. come down. It's like come up like that.
Relax your glutes. Push butt back. Now fingers about to go in there.
Right next to me, baby.
Much better. Pretty much it. Like, hey, someone's about to. No.
Super uncomfortable. Like,
It takes a while to get used to.
yeah.
Much longer no issue. All look pretty good. You might spread your legs a little bit.
form.
Didn't have
I
perfect
mean,
form.
they look pretty good. The only thing I might change is spread your base a little bit because you are still pretty narrow. So maybe spread them. So one way I like to show is I'll jump, and wherever I land is usually where I'll press from.
Okay, cool.
Well, usually you can step off a box too. When you land like that, that's usually. But no, those were great.
Oh, yeah, I've heard something do that. Like, it's really interesting to see, like, all the different sports and what people go through for different sports.
Perfect.
Like, swimming,
We knew somebody.
powerlifters, I've seen whatever. Okay.
Come on.
Another.
Come on. Come on. 20. Come on.
Come on, here we go.
Come on. 21.
You're a winner.
Drop.
Come on, push it.
Good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's okay. As long as you try.
Okay.
Zero is better than
You were supposed to get one.
Come
Come on.
19.
Let's go. Let's
Drop
go.
your feet. 20. Come on. Touch it.
Keep going.
21. Come on.
Come on.
Come on. There you go. Yeah, I gotta do something.
Yes, let's go.
Freaking time. There you go.
Let's go, Meg. I got pictures of her doing it though. Keep going. Stay tight. Come on.
25. Come on.
There you go. Easy money.
26.
Get 30.
All the way.
27. Come on.
Oh yeah.
Come on. 28. Come on.
Get
Get
two
ready.
more. Let's go.
Punch it. Come on. Come on.
Come on.
Come on. Come on. Count it.
Let's go, Steph.
There you go. There we are. Go.
Come on.
Deep
Deep
breath.
breaths. Come on. Drive.
Good. Good. You got this. Come on.
Drive, girl. Come on.
What you got?
All the way.
Come on now.
Press, press, press. Good. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Finish this. Finish this. 13. Good.
Lucky 13.
What a freaking grinder, man. That was badass. 6. Come on. Come on, Matt.
Come on.
30. 28. Come on. 29. Come on. Come on, man. 30. Come on. Come on. 31. 32. Come on. 33. There you go. Come on. Come on. Yeah.
33.
33.
There you go.
There you go.
Be fair, man.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Don't quit on it.
6.
There you go.
Yeah, baby! Come on! Come on now! Hey! There you go! Come on! Nope. You can have it. There. Come on! There we go. Woo! There we go. Let's go! Woo! 50. 60. Come on! There you go. Come on now! Let's work! Let's go. You got 20. 7. 8. Come on, come on. There you go. Come on! What? Yeah.
I've got a 600 for 9.
There you go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
There you go.
7, 8, 9,
Oh shit. 10.
There you go.
Come on.
He said, yeah, 10, I'm done.
Like 40.
Watch these double digits.
That's right.
There you go, young.
Oh, I meant single. My bad. I meant single.
I'm really hoping you get 20 right here.
Let's
That way you get 20.
Y'all
give
gave me way too much credit.
You just straight the opposite for the fail in your face.
1.
There you go.
Whoa. There you go. 3. 4. 5.
Damn,
Hey. Let's go.
Keep going. One.
Here we go.
Damn!
Come on, young.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on, young.
Come on.
All
Push.
the way.
Push. There you go.
Yeah.
This motherfucker.
You were close.
He goes, I'm not going to get double
That was
digits.
a choice.
Single digit,
That was
and he
a choice.
stops.
I
It's not
said
right.
single. I'm doing single.
Up, I can't get too excited.
Hell yeah. Well, come on. 13.
Control it.
Come on. 14. There you go. There you go. Come on. 15.
All the way. Push it.
Come on.
Get ready.
Yeah.
10.
Come on now.
11.
You got this.
12. Come on. Come on now. Come on. 13. There you go. 14. Come on. Come on. Come on.
What?
Come on. Push. Come on. Come on. Oh. That's fucking right, Sherman.
Did not
All right, I'm gonna kill
give
Clint.
ideas.
Athletes ready.
No.
Set. Left.
Oh, that's perfect.
Don't look up. I'll make you laugh. That's that sexy face. Oh, yeah.
Don't let them.
I didn't really mean to make you laugh.
Time.
Oh, it tapped.
It's tapped.
The bag did it.
The bag did it.
Bag did it.
Don't let it touch your bones. Hold it up. Hold it up. You got this. Stay strong.
Down.
So what?
That was good. 35 seconds. Good.
I saw that Alex count. I was like, 1,000. Almost there. Keep going.
1 minute. So you're in the lead right now.
1 minute.
Yep.
Don't drop it.
But the minute is a 50-pound bag.
She said, I'm going to kill all of them.
Minute 30.
We're going to get some in too, so just keep holding. We're already dead. I'm dead already. Hold it. You guys, don't drop it.
Spence.
See, I didn't do that.
139?
Yes.
No, but see, he has so much more room he can drop. That's not fair.
Ow.
Oh, see?
He's the same height as
But here's the thing.
Stephanie.
He's not competing against you, so
Yes, he is. It's men and women.
Time.
Touch each other.
Touch your chest.
Yes, it is.
it's men.
Athlete ready?
Touch your titties.
Set. Lift.
No touching. What about the beard? Does that matter?
Beard of destiny.
Yeah, I'm already craving.
Good, don't you dare.
Well, that's craving. Nope.
11 seconds.
Yeah!
Fuck it. Woo! Cross running. Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
Give it up now!
So first rep,
Hey,
I
where's-
get myself
Give it up! Give it up! Oh!
Yes,
Come
huh?
on, give it up! Come on, you got it! Do
It's just a tip. Just a tip.
Down.
Yeah, you gotta get all the funny things.
I am an introvert.
Yeah.
Sorry, you won't get last if you provide
slipping.
full push.
That's what she said. Yeah.
She also said get it up a little bit.
Time. On your chest.
My titties, but you
You gotta make
just hand it off. Just hand it off.
Make it
No. Okay. Thank you.
You should have gotten it in quarters and made it pay.
You want this money? I don't get it. There you go, buddy. Appreciate it. Yeah, man. Thanks for coming out.
Excuse me.
Sorry.
All right, heavyweight man. Where's he at? Travis, show loose. Come on, Zach. Lay up here, buddy.
Bullshit!
Going skins on you. Yeah.
This escalated so quickly.
That's how we break the bid.
Gonna go down, buddy.
Zach, you have a comp.
And I'll take this one.
What is going on?
Can't tell, are they actually fighting?
No, they're not.
I'm trying not to drop money. Guys, you there? Goodbye. Bye. Have a beautiful time.